Happy Sunday and welcome to Rainbow Flicker over the Crimson Screen with weekly recap of the Crowded Room. And today we're talking about episode 8 reunions. So that was an interesting episode.
There were definitely some reunions.
Uh-huh. It was yeah. There was. So, as the Troy approaches, Riaz and Stan disagree on strategies. Danny struggles to sort through his past. So, really, that episode was a lot about re looking at what was happening before. So, we actually seen several scenes actually we saw at the beginning of the show that actually it's seen through the eyes of Danny in some ways,
Yeah,
which was very interesting.
finally Danny gets to have his moment in the sun, if you would, his moment in the light. you know.
Indeed, and credit where credit due. Tom Holland did pretty well. I did actually enjoy his acting this time. Apart from one scene, which was actually he doesn't do Ariana well at all. It's the only character he can't do for some reason. It just doesn't work for me.
Okay, well, also let's go ahead and rip the band-aid off. Let's talk about the backlash of Tom Holland's 3 second
Please
bottoming
second.
debut.
Guys, hey guys, we are in 2023 for yeah
yeah,
sake.
the conversations on Twitter and TikTok are just out of pocket. Like it was not that deep because I saw it before I even saw the episode, so I knew
It
it was
wasn't that deep.
okay.
Really?
Okay, but I saw it before I ever saw the episode, and I'm just thinking they're hyping it up so much. Oh, there's
Mm.
gonna be like some like when Daniel Radcliffe was having that that gay scene in that movie. I thought it was gonna be something similar. Like we were gonna
Hmm.
get balls to the wall, XXX. No, ma'am. it was a little bit of dry humping for 3 seconds. Like,
Yeah,
come
I
on,
didn't really
guys.
understand. I didn't understand what was all this backlash about it because, come on, guys, we had basic instincts. As a queer person, we've been subjected to straight sex every time, all the time, on every TV show, which was certainly much more graphic than what we saw, which was nothing. We saw nothing.
yeah, I mean, Tom Holland didn't even take his shirt off. So like,
So the scene when he was actually snorting drugs
hmm
actually was actually much more revealing of his body than that scene that we're all talking about. Come on, guys.
I know. But also, I didn't realize that one of the other alters was queer as well. The blonde one. It makes sense
I
now.
said
Like,
the blonde one is more actually a drug addict that will do anything for drugs.
yeah, I can see that. But I'm just saying, like, only a gay person would hop on top of a bunk and sit Indian style.
That was pretty well done, I must say. That was pretty well done. It's just like I don't understand. I really don't understand what you guys want. What do you want, guys? You actually like he's not Spider-Man in this. He's not Spider-Man. He doesn't. He's just character that actually got different personality, and we had to expect this situation happening because Ariana was a sexually liberated woman,
I know.
and we saw
Also,
that sequence at the beginning as well. So we should have actually realized that this would happen as well.
yeah. Also, I guess Ariana's boyfriend, I guess, came to visit Danny in prison. I'm not sure, boyfriend, lover, maybe the more
I think
specifically.
I think, and I was looking at this actor because I just say, wow, the guy was really playing so well, the character, and he's only on his first TV show,
I
and I
know.
wow, say, wow, it was actually for really felt actually. It was sweet. It was so sweet, and you just like feel so sorry for him because the guy just loved Danny in some ways. But actually, how can you actually deal with the fact that that person you love actually got different personality in them? How do you deal with that?
Yeah, and also Danny's character was getting a lot of a lot of heat, if you will, from some of the other inmates during this
Hmm.
episode. Like the scene where he was in the cafeteria and they were just like, "Hey, you're the one that does all those voices, huh?"
I know. I would say there was this. I really enjoyed the small little scenes when we actually the conversation between the psychiatrist and Danny about actually what an alter is, what does it do, and actually the fact that your body just they try to protect yourself, but in the same time you're being destroyed from the inside. It was really really interesting, and to see the connection between the different alters and actually what actually make them do what action. I really found it fascinating, and it was strong acting, very very strong acting, I must say.
Yeah, I was the same way. I was like, let's give credit where credit is due. Okay, Tom, you ate.
I would say, I think it might be the fact that he got used to, maybe he got used to the character and used to to actually get into the acting.
Mm,
It was one, and maybe also the fact that, yet again, secondary character, they are all great. They are strong secondary character. The character of Jerome. This I was mesmerized by the entire scenes. They were there. What we had maybe at 15 minutes max
mm.
of scene with them, and I was just mesmerized. It was sweet. It was sad. It was dramatic. It was just really really sad, and I was just like, oh. And it could have done so well if Tom Holland could do Ariana well. It didn't work. He can't do Ariana. He can't do it. He does everyone else properly apart from Ariana.
Also, I don't know. Like everyone calls him Ari, and like no one calls him Ariana. That was
Mhm.
interesting to me. But yeah, they're just like, oh, come on, Ari,
Mm, I
See him in
know.
that makeup though. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I want to do the same makeup in my eyes. So, that was a great makeup. Like, mm. But overall, it was a very strong episode. We actually also have a bit more of a look at the fact that the stepdad is being hunted by the police in
As
some
he
ways.
should. As he
Hmm.
should.
Yeah, 75, you know. This kind of predator were not really a word in 1975.
Yeah.
Mm. Unfortunately.
And I guess for those of you who are more interested in the actual story of this, apparently Netflix has a whole documentary on it with the actual person. So that
Okay.
should be interesting. We might have to watch that after.
That's yeah, I agree. Even though that what we talked about last time, actually, they changed quite a lot of the story to actually make
Hmm.
it still a
Yeah.
mystery. But what I found really interesting was the end sequences, because we know we're at the end in some way, just like and when we said reunion, I was just really thinking that they would all be linking together, all the altar to actually be Danny. But reunion was actually not that at all. Actually, the reunion was what? Reunited with actually the troops, reunited with Jerome. There was a different vision of what reunion was on that episode, but not what we thought it could be.
I know. But do you feel that's coming? Do you feel like eventually he's going to have to kind of unalive them one by one in a way?
Well, in some way, I actually have a feeling that Johnny is the antagonist in this show.
Yeah.
We thought he was actually was it what was his name? Harry? No, not Harry. What's his name? The English gentleman,
Jack.
Jack. We all saw that Jack could be the antagonist, but I have a feeling that the only alter that is really all over the place is Johnny. As we can see, he's been sabotaging pretty much quite a lot of things lately. Is the reason why a lot of the bad stuff happened to Danny in the first place.
Yeah, what is Johnny planning? Is he planning his escape?
Or drugs.
I mean, well,
I,
he got
it
he got
makes,
that. Well, he put his hand in the door, and then they took him to get help, and then he
Mhm.
stole that thing, and he's just like just in case, like
Well, they did have a foreshadowing one actually, psychiatrist. I can't remember her name. She's a good actress, but I can't remember the name of the character. I'm sorry.
yeah,
Uh,
Amanda Sterfield's character. Yeah,
what's the name of the character?
I I can't
Rhea.
remember.
Rhea.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. The worst is I got it in front of me on my notes. It's Rhea. Uh, Rhea did actually say that Johnny was the one that helped him escape. And I think that could have been foreshadowing for what's going to happen next in
Oh
some
god,
way.
it's
Which is sad. It doesn't catch a
these
break.
these shows. I swear, it's like they spend the first half of the season and give you more questions and questions and questions, and then as it nears to the end, it's just like I want answers now.
We're not informed, at least. We do have actually some kind of answers. But I just feel like Mm, is that 9 episode? I think it's a 9 episode show. So we got one episode left, I think. Let me double check. Uh. Now we got 10 episodes. Okay, we got two episodes
Mm-hmm.
left.
10
I feel that
episodes.
maybe they need to stop. They need to stop just adding more question because we only have 2 episodes and we don't want to rush it. Because this
Yeah,
kind of show
I mean, I'm getting the feeling that it might be a one season and not another one,
is,
but
I agree. But this kind of show need time to actually, because it's really a character-focused show. It's not about an action show. It's a character-focused show, and you need the shows at its best actually when we have the two characters talking to each other. It's actually that's where the show is at its best. Like I said, this time was Jerome and Danny talking basically. Talking when they're actually meeting each other, when they're actually one just remember Danny as Ariana and Danny doesn't remember Jerome. And this is sometimes thing about actually who do you love actually because Ariana is inside Danny. So Jerome in some way hoping to see Ariana again, but Danny is Ariana without being Ariana. And it was a very strong kind of power dynamic between these two with great acting on both parts. And that was sweet. That was a really interesting scene, especially even at the end when he says, I'm not gonna actually, it's gonna be the last time I'm gonna come and see you. You realize that actually Jerome actually is actually telling him, I'm sorry because when I come here, I'm hoping to see Ariana.
Mhm.
So you realize actually it's not good for both of them. And it was really sweet and very tragic in some way because we really felt the love of these two characters in some ways.
Yeah,
And this is when it's best.
and then to see the Ariana character, just appear behind Danny, step into the light to take over briefly. I was like, oh,
And it was the stuff that really, if Tom Holland managed to do Ariana properly, that would have been perfect scenes. But it just fell for me at that point because, no. Unfortunately, because everything else, the writing was on point, everything was on point. Uh, really, for me, that's what the show shine on the character interaction much more than the mystery in some way. Because let's be honest, we don't have any mystery anymore. We know what's happening. It's just actually we just have the resolution coming up now.
yeah. But to see some of the scenes where the actual scenes, what actually happened, we're seeing Danny, like for example, beat the guy and shoot him with the gun, and watch
Hmm.
Brianna run away. We get to see all of that and how I guess he's perceived by everybody else. That was very
Hmm.
interesting as well.
And I did love the scene when actually they're talking about who is your friend, what does your friend do, and one of them is to give him confidence, and
Hmm.
inviting the girl in the party. and you just see all these people around having this party, and he's smoking weed, I think. I don't know what he was smoking.
Hmm.
And we turned around to the character and say, I thought there was a party, and there's actually no one there. So actually, it was having a party with himself, and he actually created all these people at the party, and there's nobody there. That was a really cool scene.
Yeah. So all in all, what do you think of this episode?
I really enjoyed it. It was, yeah, I really enjoyed it. I really see something different to the show. The fact that we have much more of an idea what kind of person Ariana was, because Gerald fell in love with Ariana, so then Ariana must be such a great character, great person in some ways.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the introduction a lot. I kind of wish we would have had that much before in the previous episode, much earlier, because that's what the show does best. Looking forward for next week, even though I can see that we're gonna get about the fact that the stepdad is trying to make Danny look like a violent person
Yeah,
and drug addict.
and also his little crush Brianna, isn't that her name? Yeah. She's gonna be testifying too.
Witness.
Yeah.
So yeah, so overall good. Tom Holland's doing great. This time he's pretty good. So I'm looking for next week. Yes.
Same. I enjoyed the episode too. I really enjoyed seeing more in depth of what I guess everyone else saw, because as we only saw it from his perspective as the alters. So it was very interesting to me to see him go back into some of these memories and see it happen as
Mm,
himself, and I really enjoyed that.
me too. And kudos, they got some great actors in that show, and I hope to see them a lot more because, well, maybe in 2027, because
Yes,
apparently
yes,
no show's gonna be coming up until 2027, 28 apparently. So,
yes, because
but
of the writer's strike, and
mhm, I'm
you
all
know me,
for it.
I'm forward to, even though some shows I'm kind of mad that they're going to be taking so long, but I'm here in support. I definitely support the
Mm.
actors.
Especially after what we heard about actually the way they treated the writers and the actors. Let's
Hmm.
be honest, they need to actually do it. And even though there might not be any season for a while, and some show might end up being cancelled, we never know.
Mm.
We all for it. We support them. They're great, and we can still watch all shows
Yeah.
while waiting.
I mean, it's not like there's not like a mirage of shows that we have
Exactly.
not watched,
Mm.
but
I still get Chucky. I just still want Chucky season 3.
mm, yes,
Mm.
yes. All right.
Mm.
Well, David, do you want to do the outro?
Well, I think that's it for tonight, or today. But we're in time zone, so that's it. That's it, and we will speak to you next week for episode 9 of that show. And remember, if you enjoy this, a little lag will go a long way. And tell us what you think about that episode and what you want us to do next, maybe. And we still have the podcast. We can actually find in every good services.
Wow, don't shade all the services like that. All popular platforms, yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Popular platform. So on this, have an excellent week and see you next week.